Welcome back to Brave Birds News, one of the best places for sports. And this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. Actually, I recorded this entire video probably 2 weeks ago, and then the software that I used to edit the video malfunctioned, and I just didn't have the heart to start over. But before I get into this video, if you haven't already, I need you to like and subscribe to my channel. That allows the algorithm to push the videos out more to more people. And if you all like the videos that I'm making, then I'm going to make more videos. But if you don't like and subscribe to the channel, that lets me and the algorithm know that I should probably go in a different direction. So also, if you've been around for a while, you know that my channel initially started off as a DFS channel, even though I will say my initial plan was for it to be kind of more of a countdown channel. Like if you go back to the first video, if you subscribe or go to my channel, the first video was kind of like a countdown, but the DFS part got so popular that I kind of had that take over. But I've always tried to sprinkle in some more news. So now I've been doing more news in DFS. And then, I have all these young people that I know, and I have kids, and they're like, Walter, you got to do more shorts. You got to do more shorts. So hope you're enjoying the shorts that I'm putting out there. To me, I kind of look at it like, seeing your teacher outside of school. So obviously when I'm doing these videos, it's a different demeanor, different whatever. I can be silly, but it's just a different, kind of situation going on. But when you used to see your teacher outside of school at like the Kroger or the Publix or the Walmart, it was just so cool. So when I'm putting out those shorts, that's kind of, that other side of Walter that I don't necessarily show on here, because it would be kind of crazy, if I had that voice the whole time. Welcome back. This is the Caitlin Clark channel. So I don't plan on doing those, kind of things here. But I did want to talk about the WNBA. I know everybody's been giving their opinion about it, and I sit back. Once again, I had an opinion, like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, and just everything failed. But I just want to give I wanted to give my thoughts on what's going on with the WNBA. And I have some sympathy for the situation, because when you work hard, and when I mean work hard is a lot of times, whether it's your job, you might work in an office, you might work at Kroger, wherever you work, people that work hard, the thing that's very interesting is nobody knows how hard you actually work. You look at somebody like Steve Nash, who shot like 91%, field goal percentage, or, even LeBron, someone who's as old as he is, but still playing at a high level. They don't see you getting to the gym early. They don't see you staying late. They don't see you looking at the film. Or at your job, they don't see you taking the continuing education classes. They don't see you on YouTube, learning tutorials. And so I know the ladies that are in the WNBA is just like, man, I am doing all this stuff and I'm getting paid like, middle class, depending on the city you're in, maybe not even upper middle class. Now, I will say that one advantage that women in the WNBA have that people didn't have as much in previous generations are the fact that if you are a marketable person, there are an endless amount of avenues out there to make that guap outside of dribbling the basketball up and down the court. But that being said, it has to be very disheartening to see you, working as hard as you're working, and then, you're not getting paid the same as somebody who's riding the bench in the NBA or, any sport, baseball or football, and you're working really hard. But the thing is, this is part of the course. I remember, watching. I'm a history buff when it comes to the MLB, Major League Baseball, and I remember just watching some of those videos from players that played in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and even early 70s before free agency kind of came in there and really took over. And just hearing them talking about having jobs like at hardware stores, in the off season. We know that a lot of baseball players, Ted Williams, one of the best baseball players of all time, served in World War II. So this is what happens, early on in the league. And I know you're like, early on, it's been 25 years, but from a league perspective, that isn't that old. You can look at it when baseball was 25 years old. What was it? The 1900s, maybe 1910s, depending on when you want to say when baseball started. Same thing with basketball and even football. So this is just what happens. What's going to happen more and more is you're going to have the kids right now that are loving the players in the WNBA now. They're going to grow up and then they're going to pump more and more dollars. So you're going to have more and more young people that as they become adults, they're going to pump more and more dollars into the WNBA. The WNBA, they're getting better, TV contracts every time. That's going to go in there. The collective bargaining that goes on between the union and the owners, that's going to, help a lot. So I know there's a lot of strong feelings on both sides, but what I am saying is this is what has happened in every league, before MLB, NBA, NFL, probably even NHL. I don't know enough about hockey, but I'm sure that it happens. So it is going to get there. It takes time. Nobody wants to hear it takes time when it's them. I understand. I don't want to hear it. Anything that I've wanted, I wanted 2 years ago. I'm like, I wanted it 2 years ago and I can't even get it now. But this is just part of the course in sports. So, let me know your thoughts, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. You can leave those comments. Leave a comment and, I'll respond to it or others will respond to it. But otherwise, have a great rest of your day.